Yo, what up you guys, MxgicIQ here, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new build breakdown on two cars that were recently added to the Crew Motorfest. Both of these builds are coming from Koi, so make sure you guys go check him out. Link down below in the description. He actually just uploaded one of his most recent videos of a crazy grand race. I'll leave that in the pinned comment as well. Make sure you guys go check him out. He's an amazing driver on the Crew Motorfest, and if I'm not streaming live, you guys can go check out his streams where he's most likely racing with some very good guys, and you can get in there, get your skills up, and also get some consistent reps with clean drivers. Hopefully after turn 1 you guys are still together and able to draft away from the pack. But without further ado, I present to you both of the new cars with both builds in this video and some gameplay as well. The Nissan Z, aka the 400Z, and the Nissan S14 240Sx. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's get straight into the builds. Alrighty guys, so now out of these two cars, being both the Nissan 400Z and the Nissan S14 240Sx, one of these is more viable than the other, and it is definitely not this one, but we're going to go ahead and go over it real quick first. It is a good car. It is not the best, but you will definitely keep up with it if you have enough skill to use the car to its best advantages. It is a little bit oversteery if you have ESP off, but this car is rather decent. It's not the best. I don't know if it's going to really keep up with the meta, but if you're able to use this car and there's not everybody sweating using the best cars ever in your lobby, then this thing will be rather decent. Whereas the S14 apparently can actually keep up with the Focus and the RX-7 and is a rather respectable car in Street Tier 1. But first things first, let's just go ahead and go over this 400Z real quick. If you want to use this in single player, as always, make sure you guys are using Nitro Chemist with both Extra Pump and Pure. Now let's get straight into the pro settings on this thing. Now Kois was able to win some grand races with it, but that is a very, very skilled driver. You guys might be able to accomplish the same feat. It's more about always in this game, it's going to be driver mod over vehicle. But if you can drive this car and you find it comfortable to your driving style, then you will be successful with it. For the aero, we have the load in the rear adjusted to -4. For the suspension, we have +10 on both the spring front and rear. For the damper compression front, we have -6, and for the rear, we have +4. For the damper rebound, we have the front at -3 and the rear at +2. And for the anti-roll bars, ARB front is -9 and ARB rear is -5. For the alignment, we have -25 camber in the front and -15 on the rear. So make sure you guys go ahead and check out this car. It's a rather good shout. It looks amazing. The only thing I have against it in terms of the customization options is you cannot change the wheels, but it does look sick with this wide body kit on it. So make sure you guys go check it out. It's a decent car. But now for the most viable out of the two, which is actually pretty good and can keep up with those meta cars, it might even be in the top 3 itself for Street Tier 1, is the S14. So let's get straight into the settings on that car. Alrighty guys, and also as always, if you're looking to be the most successful and get the most out of each and every car, you're going to want to wide body it. Personally, it's up to you if you want to go for looks or performance, but wide body will always make the car more stable and have more controllability over the vehicle. Now, if they come out with special editions in the future, you guys are going to want to go ahead and test those out if they come out with a special edition S14 or a special edition 400Z, because those will most likely have a performance increase over the standard versions of the vehicles. It's just always been a thing where those cars are either wider, they're more stable, or they're less, oversteery. They might have more acceleration sometimes. It's more or less a handling change most of the time, but it's still worth it to always check out special editions if those ever come out in the future and you find this video in your recommended. But let's go straight into the pro settings for this 240SX S14. Now, going down to the brakes, the brake balance is at 55%. It's a couple clicks over towards the rear. For the load rear, we have -2 here. It's the only thing adjusted on the aero. For the spring front and rear, we have those both at +10. For the damper compression front, we have -8, and for the rear, we have -5. For the rebound front, we have +4. Now for the rear, we have +3. Now for the anti-roll bars, we have the ARB front at -5 and the ARB rear at -3. And for the alignment, we have the camber front at -0.25 and the rear at -0.15. This is the car that you can actually keep up with the meta in. This is probably a top 3 or 4 car in the class. I still like the F-150 a little bit more than this, but it is a lot more stable and actually doesn't oversteer, contrary to what I thought this car would handle like. I thought it would be super oversteer understeer, but it's actually way more stable and consistent than the Ford Focus, even in my opinion. It's a way easier car to drive, and it does keep up with the RX-7 as well. So make sure you guys go ahead and test this thing out. This thing is probably the meta competitor out of the two cars, and I would definitely recommend picking it up. I believe it is purchasable in 4 or 3 days or so. So if you guys don't have the Season 1 pass, then you can purchase it then and tune the car for yourselves. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's been MxgicIQ, and enjoy your grand races, and let me know what other content you guys would like to see from this game as well. I might have some Forza Motorsport content coming up soon as well, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. It's MxgicIQ, and I'm out. Peace.